Ah, hello everybody, and welcome back to. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I have to find it in the list. Prehistoric Kingdom! Prehistoric Kingdom? Prehistoric Kingdom! Amazing! Welcome! It's been a long while since I played this game. My name is Dizzy, for those who are new or unaware. Today is also a very special day because, as you will have seen on the transition screen, I'm hoping to raise a little bit of money for the Yogscast Jingle Jam 2022. I've got a little fundraiser set up, goal of 100 quid. Not expecting very much. When this VOD goes live, I'll add the donation link in the description of that as well. If people can help out, then that would be lovely and wonderful. I'll probably be doing it for the whatever streams I manage in the next couple weeks. So you can click along. I will also set up. I'm actually going to do that now. Rather than waiting and doing it later, I'm going to set up a quick little exclamation mark donate command. Watch this being done live on stream. And by watch, I mean you can listen to it happening. Commands, tiles. Okay, that's it up. I'm going to test it out in the chat. There we go, amazing. Goodness gracious me, it's been so long since we played this game. I'll check in on how that is doing every once in a while if it gets updated. So, let's jump right back in where we left off. There's been some updates since the last time we played. I don't know exactly what they've been, so it's possible that we will encounter new things along the way. Also, for those who are browsing the Prehistoric Kingdom playlist on YouTube, this is the first time you'll be hearing me with... Oh my gosh, he's a laggy boy. He is a really laggy boy. See if we can do something about that. It's partly because I have lots of things open all at once. Let's see if I can close some of them down and ease the load. How's that feeling? You a bit less laggy? Well, you still look a little janky. Okay. This is where we left off. With our new encounter for some Turbosaurus. We have a couple here. But we're not heading over there today. And we're not going to what remains of the restaurant today either. No, we are going somewhere else. We are... Can I change the time of day? No, okay, that's stuck, apparently. No choices there. We're doing it in the dark. We're heading up to the top of the hill, which I'd originally sort of set aside for things like an Ankylosaurus enclosure, and I wasn't initially intending to do much in the way of things like mammals or anything, but seeing as it's Christmas, or it's December at least, I thought let's make a snowy enclosure. What goes in a snowy enclosure? Well, Coelodonta goes in a snowy enclosure, which we can unlock. Then got a few different color varieties. I suppose let's go for this one. Seems like the generic woolly rhino one to me. Okay, we can now make Coelodonta. We do need to go to our genetics lab, have a look at what they need. Coelodonta. What are your needs? Low exhibit crowding, for sure. What size do you need? 4,000 meters squared, okay. Strength 2, 1 meter fence, cool. And boreal is the plant type we want to go for, because that's going to have our pine forests and things in it. Not much forest cover, not much water. That should all be very fine and lovely. Let's start by mapping out where we want our enclosure to be. Let's get on one of these. Get right down in there. Then go to this corner. Doop. Hang on. Need it to be straight, thank you. That corner. This corner. Boop. There. I love some of the noises that this game makes. It's been a long old while. It's been a long old while. Let's take it up to there for now. Right, I have no idea how big 4,000 meters squared is. What do we need? Your strength 3. You should be fine. Now, how do I turn on curved? How do I do anything in this game? I have forgotten. There's a way to do curve. Is it the C button? Yes, it's the C button. That's an obvious one for making a curve, and yet I had still forgotten it. So if we sort of curve it out there, and we're thinking this is a hillside, so we've got to kind of follow the curve of this at least a little bit. Oh, it's starting to get lighter, that's nice. If I were to just close off that, how big is that? Do we have a size? Can I see size anywhere in here? Habitat. That's half the size that we need. Okay. Need some big old woolly rhinos then. Not big old woolly rhinos, big old woolly rhino enclosure. Okay. That's fine. That's all well and good. Because we've got plenty of room out this way to expand it. And we'll probably sort of bring it out in a bulge like that. Yes. Path. Where's the top of this hill go? Okay. So we could do that if we wanted to. And have a bigger area here. Do something like that. And then across. that is now 3,500 meters squared. Okay, so that's a little closer. You don't need a lot of bulge on that. So if I bring it out to say there. The other thing is we've got limited limited crowding. That's more than big enough. Hopefully that should be big enough to put 2 woolly rhinos in. Amazing. What are we going to do in terms of terrain? I kind of like how the terrain is at the moment, actually, where it's mostly at this level, but there's sort of like a lower area down here. I like that. What I might do... What I normally do is I want to have a little bit of a lip. Oh, that's a big tool. I want to have a little bit of a lip around the inside, generally. I've got a torch, I've remembered. Is that too much of a lip, I wonder? That's probably good. How are we feeling about that? As a wall around the edge. That's probably good enough. And we're gonna avoid this lower area for now. We're gonna lower that area as well, don't worry. We might actually exaggerate what is already there when we do that. Okay. I've got a nice perimeter marked out. We can have a bit of an island in the middle. Something like that. We could probably afford to have the island in the middle actually be even taller. Something like that. There we go. Right, and now around this edge, we need to lower this so that it's below the level of the fence. Oops. Possibly not quite that much. How does that feel? That feels good. Right, so that's as a minimum for this side. Or have I just undone what I did? But I want it to go even lower over here. How does that feel? That feels kind of good. And then maybe need a smooth, fairly big smooth over that sort of area, so that it feels like a slope. Let's actually smooth that even more, like that. That feels like a bit of a more natural slope. And then smooth out this edge a bit. Put down the intensity just to soften the edges of this island. And then some of these bits look a little lumpy. So we'll just put a little tiny smooth on here. See if we can make them chill out a bit. There we go, okay. How's this side look? This side looks much better. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that as sort of a basic setup. We've got an island, we're going to put a shelter on the island, and then there's going to be a sort of a more undercover area here that will be accessible by the keepers from inside the little house, the birdhouse. That's the plan. Here's the birds, by the way. Let's see if we can find some of them. How do I go down? How do I go down? There is a button for going up and down. I can't remember what it is. There we go, Q&E. These are...
This is an Archaeopteryx.
And this is Nigel Marvin.
Its fossil was one of the most important scientific discoveries ever made. Not only was it the first feathered dinosaur found, but we now know its colours were mostly black and white, much like a magpie.
They're adorable. We have one currently empty thing, because as far as I know, there's only the 2 bird species in the game. So that's kind of waiting for another one to be added. And then over here, we have these guys. Microraptor.
This handsome little fella is one of my personal favourites, the Microraptor.
Mostly notable for having 4 wings, or 4 flight feathered limbs, let's say. 2 front wings and then plenty of flight feathers off the back leg as well. But we're not here for those. Today we're here for rhinos. Let's... No, I do need that. I need this one. Let's start off by painting the ground. So these guys come from the North European steppe. Which means I'm going to start with gravel on the ground here. I need a bit more intensity than that. Dear. I'm going to start with gravel. I'm going to paint some of this sort of scrubland on top of it. We can afford to be messy with the big brush and paint up the edges afterwards. The game is in early access. That's why I refer to them as sort of adding dinosaurs, because there is still plenty to come on this. That's also probably why, as you can see, as I'm moving this paint tool along the ground, it's sort of it's leaving a little shadow behind it. It's not fully optimized yet. There are many things to come. Right, okay. Enclosure 3 is dirty. Which one's enclosure 3? What do I need to press to go and have a look at you? Oh, okay, the Torvosaurus. They need more... what are they called? What are they called? They need more dung beetles. Do they actually have any dung beetles? No, that would be why they need more dung beetles. They do actually need a little bit of other things as well. They need some shelter, for one thing, some place to sleep. We haven't given them that yet. It's fine, though. Probably. In fact, actually, let's do that now. So let's go into animal care, feeding, enrichment, utility, dung beetle nest. You could plop a whole bunch of these down. I got very confused because I thought that one looked like a horse for a second from behind. If we just sort of scatter these across the enclosure, I'm sure that will be enough for 2 Torvosaurus. That blooming well ought to be. Find the enclosure. We can manually clean it. Oh, it's very expensive to do that. But that's okay, because we are not particularly shy on money. I don't remember where to see money. There we go, money. Money is up. Net profit, white one. We had a big spike there. Net profit is on the rise, basically, in general. This is good. Net profit is also at like 4 million a month? 4.5 million a month? This is the current month, that's why it's small at the moment. It will go back up. So yeah, we're not shy on money. But that's okay. We can throw down a shelter for them now, actually. That's probably a good thing to do. Park infrastructure, no animal care. Housing. We can just give them kind of a boring brick shed. Oops, we already did just give them a boring brick shed. That's probably the easiest thing to do, unless I want to give them something like that. Let's give them a boring brick shed. It's not pretty. Yeah. It's not pretty, but it'll do. That door is tall enough for them to get in. Okay, there we are. Marvelous. If I was really thinking, I'd put this along the back. Hang on. I'd put it along the wall. That. Okay, needs to be turned just a little bit. I'm rusty. I will accept that I'm rusty. Something like that. I think I've just smushed a dung beetle nest. Front. This is a stopgap measure, just so they have somewhere to sleep. I don't think they actually need somewhere to sleep yet. I don't think that's been programmed in.
Ah yes, the Torvosaurus, an apex predator of the Jurassic.
Thanks, Nigel, not right now. Yeah, they've got somewhere to sleep now at least. They've got someone cleaning up their poop. We can get back to what we're trying to do, which is paint the ground with gravel. Up over here, we can let time run again. Now, my sort of plan is that this island in the middle will be very snowy. This bit coming down here is going to be more rocky. In fact, we can put that in now. Oh, and we're out of power. Occasionally power issues happen. They don't seem to happen for any particular reason, they just sort of do happen. Typically the best way to fix that is to go into this and find out what the copy is, but so we'll just do that. Plop another one of them down, and that's plenty of power. There we go. Then this, as it goes up the slope, can be gradually sort of filter out into gravel. There we go. Marvelous. Okay, now this whole area needs to be a bit grassy. This grass is greener than I'd hoped for. I was hoping for a much sort of yellower grass. What have we got? What's this? This is wetland grass. How does that look? If anything, that looks even greener. But then these two don't exist yet. Okay, well, we're gonna have to stick with this, I guess. This is actually what the Eurasian steppe looks like. It's not a miss, per se. I actually should have put this down first, but I was concerned that I wouldn't end up being able to sort of see where I'd put this grass down and where I'd put just the default grass down. Because really it should be sort of mostly grass with a bit of gravel, instead of mostly gravel with a bit of grass. That's the aim here. It must be very weird to be a passerby and witness. Then the slopes should be very grassy to blend in. Actually, should they? Maybe the slope should be very gravelly. And then the floor should be more grassy, so that the slopes are more of a delineation. Yeah, okay. We'll do it like that. So I'll up the amount of grass on the floor. So you can kind of see that there's gravel there, but it's not, it doesn't look like gravel with grassy patches. It looks like grass with gravelly patches. That's the plan. What I'd like to do is use a single wide low intensity brush over the whole thing, but instead of covering the whole area of the circle at low intensity with grass, what a wide low intensity brush it does is it covers the middle of the circle very intensely with grass and does not cover the rest of the circle with grass almost at all, which is not what we want. Okay. Just so that we can make this transition obvious, I'm going to grass up the very bottom of the slopes. And then go over with a very small high intensity gravel brush. Okay. Yes, I'm going over the edge. That could be fixed in post. I want to have nice, clean, obvious slopes. There we go. that delineation will help sort of guide the eye and train the eye between what's in the enclosure and what's then the edge of the enclosure. Because a lot of enclosure design is about guest psychology, from what I understand, which admittedly is not very much. That looks pretty good as to how I want it. Okay, we now need to go over this with rock. This is going to be a sort of a rocky island in the middle. And then the top of it is going to be snow. That can be gravel. That's kind of a sort of a nice... I'm going to use a very, very small smooth brush on this to do that. This looks like kind of sort of a natural way up. There we are. Excellent. Right, let's paint the top with snow intensely. And then we can sprinkle on some more rock to look like the rock is poking through. I need low intensity. I need a bit of snow going over the edges. I need more intensity than that, otherwise we won't be able to see it. I like the way it sort of organically spreads out. Yeah, just kind of fuzzy up the edges, so it doesn't look like it was put on with a hard brush, even though it was put on with a hard brush. Sort of do that. That's perfect. Go. I think in Canada this is obviously fake snow. Right. Sprinkle some rock around. Maybe sprinkle a bit of gravel up here too, so the transition looks more natural. Oh, that's brilliant, that is. I'm very happy with how that's turned out. To make it a bit more wintry, I'm going to see what happens if I spread some snow around on the floor. See if I like the look of that or not. Because this is the steppe, there won't be a lot of plants. Or a lot of trees, at least. Because the steppe is... I mean, I've never been, obviously. I've never come even close to going that far out of the UK. But I've seen it on TV, and it's grassy, because it's dry. Because it's very far inland. How do we feel about this? I wish I could get a more even covering, but that suits how I want this to look fairly well. I think. Those are 3 feeders running, but you can't automate that. There we go. I like that. Sort of a snowy steppe. You don't get too much. This island definitely needs some rocks put on it, so that it's less flat. But that'll be fine. We're going to do that with objects. Oh, we do need water as well. I totally forgotten about water. Whoopsies. That's fine. Terraforming. Water. Calm, rough, or muddy? Let's go for calm. 1 meter will be fine. God, this is big puddles. Gonna have a pool there, and perhaps a pool here along this side. There we go. And then the bottom of those needs to be rock and gravel as well. I need paint. I need paint. It's a shame because I just painted some lovely snow all along this bit. I should put the gravel down first because that's going to go around the edges, and the bottom will be more rock. Right, gotta actually figure out where it ends. I will say they could do with having a slightly smaller minimum brush size. That would be something I'd appreciate. Because I don't feel like I can fine-tune the size of that quite enough. In an ideal world, I wouldn't have the pools. I'd have like a trough of water, but I don't believe they've added that. No, they haven't added that. Tall feeder herbivore. Okay. Not for me, I think. That's rock. I don't want rock. I want gravel. I want it to come just above the edge. I should check actually there's not too much water. Water 16%. I think that's too much. What do you need? Water 15%. Okay, we'll get rid of one of these pools then. We'll get rid of this pool. I don't like it as much. Water. Yeah. It's a shame we lost the stuff that we painted there. I could just paint it again. Paint a bit of gravel on it. And paint some snow on it. There we go, perfect. Right, you're now 15%. God, that's actually still loads of water. But 15% is enough for you. That's because there's a little bit there, I see. Hang on. Okay. This side now water-free. 8%. Marvelous. That should be plenty for you, I hope. If it's too little, we might make this bigger rather than making a second one over there. We need plant cover. I don't know how much plant cover we need. I have forgotten, even though we looked. Oh, God, hang on. One sec. My OBS is having a paddy. There we go. Sorry, I was tabbed out and we got lost. I need to find out how much water they need. Access genetics lab. Sorry, how much forest they need? 5 to 25%. Okay, that's not that little. Trees. Boreal. Okie doke. What trees have we got? Cedar trees and fir trees. And then we've got currants. Bearberries? I don't know what a bearberry is, but I want to eat one. What does a cedar tree look like? Small, for one thing. Okay, I sort of vaguely know what those look like. I don't know what those are. Okay. Right, tree removal. Having difficulty removing that, that's fine. It's gone now. Yes, trees. Okay, let's turn on just these for now. Put down density 1. I want to have, ideally, some trees sort of. Let's put the size down as well. How do I? Okay. Sometimes the tree selector is not your friend. There we go. Will you just go away? Okay. Okay. But yeah, make a sort of a border of trees along the side of this so that it feels a bit more sheltered from that side. We should have some around the edge of the island. How are we doing for plant cover? God, we're already at 20%? Really? Jesus. I was hoping to have some, like, bushes and stuff. We might not be able to have very many. How does it feel about that? Feels like that is still 20%. That means we can put more in. Let's put them in a sensible way. So there should be more in amongst the trees here. Around the base of this one. This one. And in between these two. How does it feel about that? Still reckons 20%. 20% is good. I'm going to put in just a couple that are sort of coloured. Just so they stand out a little bit. Okay, I think that's fairly good on that front. See, this is the interesting thing about Prehistoric Kingdom is when you're making structures like this entirely unfinished restaurant that's just like 2 walls. When you're making structures, the game takes you a million billion years. But when you're just building enclosures, the game gives you enough tools. What's the other environment that you accept? The game gives you enough tools that you can make them look fairly pretty and fill the right needs quite simply, really. It's very weird as a dichotomy. You also agree with temperate, Laura. Let's have a look and see if there's any temperate bushes that I might want to add. Oh, arrowwoods. How do you look? I quite like how you guys look. So I'll add some of you there, like that. Sprinkle 1 or 2 of you on this group. These actually need to be changed. Put you over there. You in there, so that there's like a more obvious way around. These guys need to come more up into the cleft there. That, I think. Yeah, and these need to be changed because this is how the animals. This is the way up, so those can't be there. Let's put those along this edge. Hello? Thank you. Like that. How does the clover look? I don't like the clover. Still at 20%. I quite like that. I think I'm pleased with how that looks. We've got plenty of open space. We've got a sheltered bit. I'm gonna put a roof on this. Kind of coming off of this structure a bit. This is not great how that looks, but that's unchangeable because of how the boundaries of the thing work. I'd have to remove those, which I probably want to do. How does it look inside? Hopefully you shouldn't see inside. No, you don't see inside. Okay. Let's do that. Be very, very careful. Oh, this is all one more. Okay, fine. Be very, very careful not to delete this building. See, that's too much. Because what we don't want is those bits being exposed, but we also don't want floor sticking through. Might have to put a rock on that corner. just to hide stuff coming in from here. Where on here is the best place to put? Okay, this. Oh, that's below ground level. Whoopsies, hang on a sec. There we go. Okay, so it does need to be on. Oh, it needs to be at this level. Okay. Hang on. Oh, we've got a bit of an issue in that there's a lift here. Although, that might not be a bad thing, because it means I can sort of cheat and have a door here into this space, and then have another door here on the outside that doesn't actually have to line up with anything in the middle. See, that's the kind of sneaky take that you tune in to Dizzy for. What is going on there? Oh my god. I see why this floor is giving me so many issues. Actually, this floor, that specific bit of the floor, I think I can afford to do that with. I can. Coming. It's just... Actually, this bit should be fine as well. A sec. I'm doing landscaping on a large level there. There's obviously underneath the ground here, somewhere, there's a massive chasm. I can't see. But that's fine, it's gone now. Okay. Alright, put back up the boundary fence. This, that's probably fine. Ah! We do also have the problem of having to, Okay, so you're now a thing again? Yes, you're recognized as an enclosure. We've lost 7-8 meters squared somewhere, but that shouldn't be an issue. Right, we need to put a roof on this. I'm sort of tempted to see if I can steal a roof from one of these aviaries. If I duplicate you, how well do you fit into that? If I line you up like that, you're a bit small, okay. That's alright. What we're also going to do is, I'm actually going to bulldoze this wall. I should have done that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hang on a sec. Right. Okay. Recognizes that you're a thing. Marvelous. I didn't actually want that dividing. I want it sort of here-ish. And then this bit of fence I'm going to replace with concrete wall. Place fences. There we go. So that way, I've got a little bit of privacy in this area. Because animals do need a bit of time away from like the gaze of everybody. That's important. I'm gonna actually add some lower wall. Around the rim here as well. There. Just so that's kind of a more defined space. Okie doke. Then... unsure how best to put a roof on this. I think the best thing to do is actually going to be to... need some supports. How do I build things? Modular prefabs, modular pieces. Beam? That's kind of what I'm thinking of. I'm gonna need you to be chunkier, but that's okay. We have the technology to do such things. Advanced editing. Scaling. That's good. Right, and then what I'm going to do is duplicate with advanced editing, please. Bring you up to the top. Do the tippy top. Down just a little bit, and then... hopefully shall be up till you touch this. We might need a bit more of a rotate. Hang on. So you can't stick through, but you also can't not touch at all. That'll do. Check. We're gonna duplicate that again. Did I accidentally just make a bunch of copies of stuff? Okay, I didn't. Fantastic. And then we need to move you up to about there. That. Then, whoopsies, tilt you around, so you do that. Then you need to shorten you. Like that. And we probably need to do that again over here. Yes, you watch as this now ends up being the bit of the structure that takes the most time. Just putting sort of like a simple roof and sides on this. Okie dokie. Same deal. Get you out to there-ish. Rotate you over so you're at that kind of an angle. Shrink you down so you like that. Perfect. Okie doke. Now, need to take all of these, duplicate with advanced editing. This is where it's going to get tricky. Oh, hang on. Duplicate with advanced editing. I need to turn on global for this. Otherwise, things are going to go horribly wrong. It comes with the problem of not having a very good place that we're working from. But it shows how outweighs downsides. Turn that a bit more. Oops, I think we just bought it for ourselves, that's fine. We can just grab this. That's about what I want. Right, okay. Now, this piece needs to... yes, okay, that's perfect. This piece needs to shrink. That's good to me. Amazing. It's 6 o'clock. So this is your reminder, if you're watching, that I'm doing this stream in particular to try and help out a little bit with the Jingle Jam cause. The Jingle Jam, for those who don't know, is a... one sec. The Jingle Jam, for those who don't know, is a yearly charity and gaming event where people can give money to a whole bunch of amazing charities. This year in particular, I'm focusing on the charity Mermaids. But if you go to the main Jingle Jam list, you'll see they're spawning other things like the Campaign Against Living Miserably, Whale and Dolphin Conservation, Special Effect, which is a gaming charity for disabled people. Amazing causes, all of them, every single one of them. And so if you want to help out, you can type !donate in the chat, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, you can wander down to the description where there'll be a little donate link. And if you give £35 or more, you'll be eligible to receive a whole bunch of games, a massive list of games. It's like 85 of them. It's amazing. I always get the Jingle Jam collection every year. It's amazing. The game is always saving for us. That's probably a good indication that we should also be saving. Dizzy Kingdom. Did that just save? Maybe. I'm not convinced. I'm a little worried, in fact. It might be because it's auto-saving that I can't do a manual save. What's this problem? Enclosure 3, feeders again. Okay, it's possible that between the two of you, you might need more than one feeder. Let me just... You're really going to do that, aren't you? Oh, you horrible thing. Okay, fine. Meats. Give me meats. There we go. The game looks to be stuck saving. That's not good news. That's not good news at all. It's possible that everything we do for today might end up lost. Not ideal, but we'll press on under the assumption that it's not going to do that. I'm going to grab... you again and do the same thing we did before. Duplicate you with advanced editing, move you all about a bit to get you into the right place. How are we thinking? I'm thinking about that angle. Tilted it too far. Well, the other enclosure is now running low. Of course, why wouldn't it be? How do I think about that? I think that's fine for now. What's enclosure 1? Which one's enclosure 1? Is that you guys? Yes! These are our Protoceratops. I'll click on them, Nigel will say, a Protoceratops!
Protoceratops.
Told you. Have some food. Oh, I need to order food. I need to remember how to order food. That's pretty important. Feed inventory. Okay, apparently we have lots of food. I think they fixed how much this runs down. Although you can only order one set of food at once, which is very annoying. Ceci is running loose.
A Dryosaurus.
Cersei, what have you done? You can quite clearly see that this is a wall that you are walking through. I'd appreciate it greatly if you didn't. Oh, I got an achievement for that. Hatching. Release an animal into the park. I feel like I did that a while ago. I just want to double click on you. No, I need the management view. Management view. Navigation. Where do you think you can walk? You don't think you can walk through the fence. I guess Ceci just did it anyway. As you can see, we got a lot of people through the door. I mean, you would have if you had Protoceratops and Dryosaurus, even just those two dinosaurs. If you had those, I would personally beat to death anybody who stood in my way to try and have a look at them. But you get a lot of people through the door for not very many enclosures. And not much room. Like, almost everyone who's here is concentrated just around this area. Which is fine. We're a high footfall zoo, obviously. Then once you get out here, the enclosures are getting bigger and less dense anyway, so it's not a bad thing. Right. That actually looks good. That bit. So I'm not gonna mess with it. Right. How's that looking? That looking like it needs to go more that way. That doesn't look like I went that way too much. Hang on. Okay, fantastic. Right, now I just need to grab you. Perfect. Okay, so that's the frame, if you like. All we need to do now is stick a roof on it. Which is probably going to be more thatch. I think thatch is good for this area. Roofs. I do hate roofing in this game just a little bit, because I'm not very good at it. Okay, we are in the group. How do I turn off the grid? There we go. Right. Need to make you parallel to this, ideally. What I clicked on there, but that was not what I wanted to do. Sort of like that. Like that, there we go, okay. Then I should have lined it up like that first. That's okay. That looks good. Tick. How do I change your thing? Tropical thatch. There we go. Now duplicate you. Hopefully you should just kind of slide along. Perfectamundo. I'm actually going to slide... No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that like that. There we go. Did I just make two there? I did not. Right, hopefully I'll be able to get these lined up. Like that. I'll be able to turn that off. down like that. Okie doke. Finalize everything. Something like that to go down the middle of these two. There. Okay. Right. This is looking very precipitous. See, what we don't have, and I don't understand why, but what we don't have is a triangular roof piece. Specifically like an isosceles triangle roof piece. That would have made roofing this so much less of a nightmare, you wouldn't believe. And it would be very good for this as well, but we don't have one. Something happened there. Didn't see what it was. But did that say not contained? That says not contained. Gang? Why are you feeling very uncontained? Where's the next one? Gaspar? Gaspar? Why does it think you're not contained? Oh! It doesn't, I'm blind. The not contained thing is there even when these are in an enclosure and the name of the enclosure is directly underneath it. Okay, that's fine. That had me very worried. That's fine, though. Not me panicking that the Torvosaurus are out. I don't believe that they can, like, attack people yet. I don't think that's been implemented. But you know, you don't want your dinosaurs on the loose when you're running a dinosaur zoo. You don't want anything that you're holding a zoo for on the loose. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think that's one of the lessons that we can all take from Jurassic Park. If you're running a zoo for it, it shouldn't be on the loose. This probably looks like a mess underneath. It does kind of look like a mess underneath. But that's okay. There's nothing we can do about that. But this is kind of going okay. This isn't a disaster. We're going to say that's not a disaster and accept that that's sort of what we're getting. And then we're maybe going to put one of these in this corner just to kind of smooth it all out a little bit. A bit smaller. There we go. Seamless. Amazing. Okay. So here's our little shelter bit. I could maybe actually do with a little bit more of a privacy screen. We're going to... We're gonna make this whole bit privacy screen. Yeah. So people start to sort of see from here, and that's where they can, like, you can see down there, but if you are down here, you don't feel like everyone's looking at me. Enclosure 3 is dirty. Okay, you guys need more dung beetles, I guess. It's okay. We shall have more dung beetles. Kind of surprised. I thought that was quite a high dung beetle to dinosaur ratio that I had there. But apparently not. Oh, there's another autosave going off. Perhaps now I can do a manual save. Okay, we got the manual save done. We're not going to lose all of our progress that we do today. Amazing news. The other thing we need to do with this group is we need to add some straw. Hey? Straw, there we go. We're gonna go with large straw beds, I think, because these are big old rhino boys. Maybe a couple of mediums in the hole. Sort of down there. I don't like that how that's jagged into it. There we go. Right, plenty of straw there. Amazing. Now we need to shelter up on this sort of bit. And then possibly underneath the shelter on this bit, I'm actually going to remove the snow so it doesn't look like it's been snowed on. We can actually look at the prefab shelters. This. That's a pretty big one. We don't need that big. That's a bit more what I was thinking. That will remove quite a bit of snow if I do de-snow that area. But I think that's probably worth it in the long run. So this is my clock face that I've put up on the workshop, so anybody can find that clock face. That was from a little sort of town hall type build. This is a dual purpose building. Oh, hello. Gosh. Its main purpose for guests is it's away from this level, from the central plaza area, up to the top of the hill fairly rapidly and easily, including disabled access to the top of the hill because there's a little lift shaft. It's not a functioning lift, I should stress. But I've got a lift. I've done my best to put in lifts everywhere that sort of need lifts, if you would put them there in real life. The other purpose it serves is it's going to be the sort of it's not going to model into or anything, but it's the central kind of admin building for the park. So there's a little sort of front desk. There's some staff-only areas behind that door. And then you can come up here. I haven't put in a banister around the stairs. I probably should do that, but that sounds like a lot of effort. So I probably won't ever do that. Yeah. Anyway, let's de-snow this, or let's at least partially de-snow this. Paint, boreal, rock. Oh, that looks grand. Oh, I really like how that looks. Oh, I really like how that looks. This snow texture is great, actually. It's a shame there aren't more snowy creatures that need snow. Because that looks great. I'm just going to snow that up a little bit to compensate. There we go. No. There we go. Oh, I love that. I wish I knew how to put snow on top. I don't think there's anything like that. I can have a little look-see. No, there's no snow. Ice. No, okay. Powder? No, okay. Dust? No, okay. That's fine. I don't think we're going to be able to put snow on top of that. Enclosure not. Feeders running low. These are our Dryosaurus. These are the first dinos I ever put in the park, and I really love them. A little bit less so the fuzzy ones, but I love the brown ones and I love the green ones. I do love the fuzzy ones. Just the first ones I put in were the non-fuzzy ones. They're adorable. My favorite dinosaur in the world is Leilanosaura. It looks kind of a bit like this, but smaller, basically. We fill 4 feeders. There we go. You can see this is also, because it was my first one, perhaps, was one of the more ambitious enclosures. It's got room for a lot of Dryosaurus in it, and then there's this sort of. The idea is it's a dried up lake bed, and you've got this sort of stranded ship here, which also doubles as a cunningly hidden viewer observer platform for the thing. I love that. You can tell I've got a little less ambitious as things have gone on, because the second thing I did was this kind of Colosseum area where you can see the Protoceratops. Also, these are floating. Okay, that's what that notification was before. I don't know why these are floating. They just are. Presumably they will not be floating forever. That's unfinished. And then this was ambitious in terms of scale. Like, this is a huge enclosure with 3 different colors of Ceratops in it, and they each have a herd of a few of them.
Wow! Look at the horns on that one.
Right,
This
so we
must
got
be
1, 2,
Ceratops,
3,
a ceratopsian
4,
best identified by
5
its
of each
large,
color.
cow-like features. That huge head can grow 1.5 meters long from tip to tip. That's a third of its body length.
You can see these guys have a sort of a trench around the edge, rather than just the dip that I employed for the Torvosaurus. And the Torvosaurus, they've got a sort of a trench here, and then this bit looks kind of like a dam that shelters this mud-flatty type area off from the lake proper. My headcanon for this is that we're in Scotland, by the way. And then theoretically that should be enough. I'm gonna put railing along the edges of this when I come back to it, so that guests don't fall in, because that would be bad, if nothing else. But for now they gotta live like that. I think this area is kind of ready. I don't know of anything I can do that would put special. Water splash, smoke fire, rocks and stuff. I wanted to put some rocks on this island. I'm now not so sure, given I can't powder them. Now that it's got the thing on it, it might not be required so much. I could put some dead trees around, if this is ostensibly a sort of a winter scene. I could actually put some up on the plateau, couldn't I? Does that make it seem more convincing? More, does it make it feel less flat? It does actually. Okay, let's put some of you there then. Okay, marvelous. There we go. Somewhere there's like a substrate. I could. It's here. I don't know if this can be painted at all. Mulch or gravel? Okay, those are my only options. And the gravel, I don't think I could convince anyone that was snow. That's okay. One day there'll be information signs, but we don't have those yet. Don't think there's any scenery from here that I want to place. Oh, we've got new statues, I think. These boys, that looks awesome. I love a giant bug. Props. I don't think they've added any Christmassy props. I don't think there's been a Christmas update. There was a Halloweeny update, so you can see those jack-o'-lanterns. That's okay. Lighting. Oh, there's spooky lighting as well. I probably could have some lighting. Under this. I have to turn off my torch to kind of see what's going on. These provide almost no light at all. But they are a little bit Christmassy. So, let's have some. Let's grab one of you. Oops. Ankle snap. Need a flat bit to like look at and line you up. Hang on. Oh, this is a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare. Ah! Oh, bother. Oh, I hate that. If you hit escape, it, Can I merge these? Merge groups, so yeah. If you hit escape, it, undoes everything. Which is dead useful sometimes. But I do keep hitting escape, trying to do something else. I thought I asked you to rotate. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Perfectly aligned. Okay, how many do I want? That's actually kind of perfect. How many beams do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Right, what we're going to do is... we're going to have them in different colours. Green. Red. Blue. Sure. Then... Ba-do-ba-do. Duplicate with advanced editing. You're obviously very slightly misaligned. It is very irksome. Amazing. Okay, lots of festive lights. I will need to change the colour slightly, but these ones also need... more copies. Right. Okay, so you're bedecked. We will come back to you at night when we can remember what we were saying. I'm gonna here. Yeah. I'm assuming that doesn't contribute to the forest. Maybe it does contribute to the forestification. We're not over the... Okay, we should be just under the forest limit, because it's 25, right? Yeah, okay. It's just unforesty enough for you. I'm liking this. I think this is pretty much ready. I think the only thing we need now is dung beetles, enrichment. I need to check what enrichment you're compatible with. Let's put the dung beetles in first. It's generally easier to find them. Nope, not that one. This one, there we go. Do the dung beetles make sense in context? Probably not. But they serve a vital role that nothing else will. So, we're getting dung beetles. I'm going to hide them under trees and bushes so that they look less obnoxious. There we go. Hopefully that's enough. This definitely can't stay there. Go under this tree. There we go. We need food. We need enrichment. Access genetics lab. Does it tell us what ones you're compatible with? No, it doesn't seem to. You eat plants and fruit. You grow up to 37 years old. Although I don't think aging is on account of the things in its year 38, and all of my original dry sources are still there. So, let's create one male coelodonta. This is the exciting bit. And one female coelodonta for now. Okie doke. Let's get some plants ready for you. I'm going to pause. Oh, okay, pause. There we go. There's a sheltered feeder there. There's a feeder over there for you. You shouldn't need more than that. There's only 2 of you. I don't know how many this enclosure will hold, is why I'm only getting 2 at once. If there's loads, then if it's not very crowded, then I'll see about getting another one. Okay, let's run time. Andre and Nadia, we will change these to something more seasonally appropriate. Right. There we go. 2 woolly rhinos. How are you feeling?
The woolly rhino, or Coelodonta, is a relative to the modern-day Sumatran rhino. Our ancient ancestors were very familiar with these beasts and illustrated them in cave paintings on several occasions. It's not hard to see why. They're remarkably handsome, don't you think?
One of the best things about Nigel Nigel in general, but specifically Nigel for this game, is he's so enthusiastic about everything. Right, you need frozen fruit blocks for enrichment. That's okay. Frozen is our middle name here. So let's plop a frozen fruit block up there. Let's pop another one over here. There we go. So there's something to draw you out to this area at least. Right, you are now at 100% welfare. How crowded is the enclosure? 13%. Okay, we definitely can't fit another rhino in here. But that's okay. We've got just the 2 of you. You don't have a minimum group size. You've got plenty of area. Everything is wonderful. Let's watch you guys go. So this is Andre. But he's not gonna be called Andre forever. He's going to be called... St. Nicholas. No, he's not. How do I get this to stick? How do I actually change your name, Andre? Haha. Okay. It's possible that we can't change his name. Can I change his name from this view? No. Okay. This is Nadia. Can we rename Nadia? No, okay. Apparently you are just stuck. Being called this forever. Well, we tried, gang. So we're just gonna have to leave them with these names. But hey! Oh, the lights are on. Excellent. That means we can change their colour. I'm gonna actually pause so that we don't run out of time. I'm thinking we want 5 colours. So we've got green, red, and yellow. So green, red, and blue. I want yellow. And I probably want purple, maybe? White is the traditional other colour, actually, for Christmas lights, isn't it? So we have green, red, blue, yellow, white, green, red, blue, yellow, yellow, white, green, red, blue, yellow, white, green, red, blue. Amazing. Isn't that festive? There we go. Wonderful. It's very dark without the very dark without my torch on. But I mean, who goes to a zoo at night? Oh, well that's it. We are at 1:45, so we run just shy of 2 hours. But I think that's good. I think that's an okay time to have run for. I'm very happy with how we've done. I'm going to quickly transition us over to... The thing will stop shifting. I'm going to quickly transition us over to have a look, see if we've got... Nope, that's fine. Yeah, just as a reminder, that I'm hoping to raise at least a little bit of money for the Jingle Jam. Get some stuff going to charity, because it's better. It's a good cause. It's a better cause than just sort of sitting here watching me. Oh, shut up. Yeah. So if you've got a little bit spare, hit !donate in the chat, or if you're watching this on the VOD, make sure to go to the link which I'll put in the description, and have a look at that. Other than that, that's kind of gonna be it from me today. I'm gonna leave you chilling here with little Nadia for a little while I do my outro.
Not unlike modern species,
It's very dark
this
without my torch.
rhinoceros sports 2 horns on its face. A key difference to note, however, is its unusual flattened shape. That's truly unique among its peers.
Thank you, Nigel. I didn't know that. Anyway, so thank you everyone very much for watching. Prehistoric Kingdom. I hope you've enjoyed. I haven't played this in quite a while, but I thought, well, it's seasonal. Let's do a treat. If you have enjoyed, please do remember to drop a follow if you're here with me on Twitch, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, do like and subscribe. Particularly if you want to see more content like this, my YouTube has an archive of all my VODs that I've ever done, so you can see everything that we've done previously in Prehistoric Kingdom, as well as all the other games I play, like Jurassic World Evolution, in the same vein, or other things, mystery games we got going on, puzzle games I've played, all things like that. Other than that, thank you everyone so much for watching. My name has been Dizzy, And I will see you all next time. Ta-ra. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.